And hello there. We are live. I'd like to welcome everybody to Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. My name is Jay Angel, and I'm going to be your podcaster for this evening. With me tonight, guys, I have a kayak angler from the great state of Texas by the name of Dena Davis. And this Dena Davis of Dena Davis Outdoors. How are you doing tonight, Dena?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. I can't do this podcast without people like you, Dena. I just can't. I'm not that interesting. So
I don't believe that.
I get people like you to come on. So we were talking before the show. You're from Texas. What part of Texas are you from?
I actually was born in Houston. Raised there. Basically, Channelview was my town. I guess you could say my town. So Houston, Texas, it's a big city, but we lived right there on the San Jacinto River. So we fished the Gulf Coast.
Nice. I love fishing the Gulf Coast.
Me too.
So what is your favorite lake that you fish now?
Well, I can't name my favorite lake just in case the locals are watching, but I really like the Clearwater lakes. So I do fish Welsh. I do fish, there's the small state park there in Tyler. There's a state park in Dangerfield. And then there's another little hidden gem that used to be a power plant lake, and it's clear. But I try to really hop around. I'd say my top favorite are going to be Martin, Caddo, and I'm just going to go with Lake Tyler, so I don't have everybody.
Lake Tyler, okay.
Yeah, I love Lake Tyler.
You know, I have a lady on quite often named Denise Esteta, and she runs a tournament series called the LBAA. No, the East Texas Lady Anglers. And they have anglers and co-anglers, and they go between Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. Something you might be interested in. You know, just jump in a boat with somebody and fish with them.
I am, actually, with Chris Beek.
Really?
This year, she asked me we're going to fish Toledo, Caddo, and Rayburn, I believe.
What series is that?
It's the same one you're talking about. I'm almost certain. I don't know all the initials yet. They added me to their messaging yesterday. So I'm super excited. Yeah. It'll be my first year.
That's awesome. Yeah. Denise Esteta's on that. Rhonda Pitts.
Okay.
There's some really, really good anglers are on that. I just love having them on because Denise lives right on Sam Rayburn, so she gets to fish all the time.
It's a beast. I've caught some fish there when I've practiced for tournaments, and you know, it's a big lake. It's a little bit intimidating, you know, looking at the map, like where do you even start? And you know, it takes you 2 hours to get all the way around the lake for me.
Well, you don't have to get all the way around the lake. That's when I first started fishing tournaments, I was fishing walleye tournaments, and one of the walleye tournaments icon, his name was Ted Takasaki, he said, it's just a bunch of small spots. You don't fish the whole lake, you fish spots. Yeah. So you know how to fish, get out your this was back in the 90s, and he's like, get out your lake map and find your spots. He said, how many years have you been fishing walleyes? I was about 30 years old at the time. I'm like, jeez, 25? He said, okay. So, you know, that really just brought it down to a level I could wrap, because just like you, I couldn't wrap my brain around Lake Erie. It spans 4 states, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that for me, it was always the boat ramp. I always am. Boat ramps are how I kind of start. You know, I try to find the closest boat ramp, and I mean, it's either the north end, and I get there in an hour and a half, or it's 2 hours to get to the other side of the lake, and I'm just that's crazy. So you know, it tricks me to one area unless I can go camp, but. Not in that boat. We'll be able to run here and there and go check things out a lot faster than a kayak.
A 250 horse motor can get you there.
Yeah, she's got a 2-stroke Ranger. So,
Oh, a two-stroke. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of two strokes. Oof.
well, it's a really, I would say it's a sexy beast.
Yeah. And it's not so much I love the smell of it, just like I love the smell of walleyes. It just takes me back to a simpler time in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. A familiar time.
Yeah, just when,
Yeah.
I was young, going up north with Dad and hearing the four-stroke fire up in the morning, and I'm cold, and it's August, and I'm cold, and, you know,
Yep.
Dad's
Yeah.
complaining, got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, ugh. Man, so soft plastic lures. I am so excited. I am so excited about. We were talking. Man, Dena and I were talking about stuff before the podcast, and I almost forgot to start the podcast. But guys, I showed this last week. I gotta show it again. 4-7 lures, man. 4-7 lures are so cool.
They are. These are my favorite. These are becoming. This is becoming my favorite color.
Ooh, look at that pink thing.
Yeah, he really he knows I've got a slight obsession with these. So he sent me I'm almost every color I bet that he makes. Look at the movement on the tail.
Look at that, guys.
And they never stop moving. I'm trying to take photo. Look at the tail on this.
Look
Isn't
at that.
that
I am holding
great?
it. I'm holding my hand still.
I know.
If you were to nose hook this thing on a drop shot, and it just sat there and did this, and you just kind of pulled it up.
I know it. I'm telling you, on a chatterbait, I have done the underspin. Oh, yeah.
And just put this thing right in front of something on a drop shot.
For sure.
And that tail he just
It's crazy.
Something else I was talking about, guys, before the show. I got into Philip loaded me up, and I love him for it. But in the summertime, something this big for speckled trout. I like bigger baits in the summertime.
Is that about 5 inches?
No, I bet you it's about 3.5.
Nice.
And 3.5 is kind of a bigger bait for me for speckled trout. Dang, they're falling all over the place. Ugh. Time to clean up this area. I have something else in here. Yeah. See, this is what I use all winter long for specs.
Yeah, that looks like about 2.1 inches.
Yeah, it's about 2 inches long. This is called a Mojo shrimp.
Okay.
Mojo Tackle. MojoTackle.com, guys.
Does that glow?
No, they do have glow colors, but this is called Pineapple Express. I have between me and my buddies, I was out with a charter boat captain one time, and we had the owner of Mojo Tackle. We had me. We had the owner of a company that makes of Undertaker corks, and we had the charter boat captain. And the four of us were casting all day long out of Hopedale, Louisiana, and we caught over 500 specks. This was all we used.
No way.
And when we kept a bunch of 18 inchers, we didn't keep the big ones.
Well, that sounds amazing. That's a lot of fish.
Yeah, I mean, just literally, I casted the first time and pop, got one.
That's awesome.
But man, he makes all kinds of things. Here's something I like. You were talking about punching.
Oh,
something
man.
I would punch.
I'm going to tell you right now, out of all the beaver molds that I've thrown, hands down, on a jig, on a bear hook by itself, I just honestly cannot believe how hard that kicks in the water.
Really?
Have you seen them in the water?
I have not. I
Oh,
just got
you
them
just
like
wait.
last week, so
They're going to be your favorite.
it's like 115 degrees down here right now. So
Yeah, they're going to be your favorite. I mean, they literally kick so hard that a jig looks like a ball of fur going through the water with
wow.
this trailer.
So you put them on a jig. What size jig do you use with those?
That's probably a 4/0. That weight is probably a half ounce that I'm throwing that
Half
on.
ounce. Wow. How
Yeah.
wow. How deep of water are you targeting with half an ounce?
Well, particularly where I've been, anywhere from 22 feet to, I don't know, 14, maybe 12 in the
Wow.
shallow. But
Down
I'm
here,
not afraid to hit the edge of the grass with that thing.
but with
No. Oh, yeah, grass jigs for
down here in
sure.
Central Louisiana, we don't have any water that deep.
Oh, yeah. Well, the lake I was fishing today, it's 52 deep at certain points.
Yeah,
A
so
lot of points.
I like using smaller stuff with like maybe I like Texas rigging with like smaller beaver tails, particularly in the summertime. I
Yeah.
mean, like and and even smaller hooks,
Yeah.
just barely flipping it, man. Just
Yeah.
throw it in.
Like a thunder crawl.
Yes.
Okay, I'll rig this. I'll even take the portion off, but I don't. I usually don't because it'll break off and I reuse it. But this is this is like the ultimate little bait to throw. Oh my gosh, on anything. But in a
Boy,
big jig, that beaver is it's unbelievable. I love that. I was
you know,
impressed.
stuff like this. If I had this in June bug, like you were saying, ooh, what color is that?
So this color is jelly apple red.
Wow. Look at oh wow, it's got specks in
It
it.
is purple fleck in it, clear, like the clear neon pink.
Wow.
And it looks incredible in the water.
It
Incredible.
does. That does.
This kicks so hard. This turn or this degree, I wasn't really sure what that was going to look like because most of them have a really good spiral. This thing is aggressive in the water. It swims. I would just swim it even right over
So are
the
you?
top of the
So I was
grass.
going to ask you that. Are you putting that? Are you with stuff like this? I actually like Carolina rigging.
I just leave a loose tungsten and I use a pin grip hook and whatever is to be is to be.
Okay, but I like Carolina rigging and throwing it up, in the kind of shallow water and working it down a long point. And
Yes.
it might take me 5 minutes to retrieve something like this. If I think there are bass on that in the days before live scope, there you go. There's a color right there. Just a little bit darker, man. That would be June bug.
This is like that blue jean. I was like, it's like a blue jean blue, but the name is Blue Moon.
Blue moon.
So
Okay.
he did send much more of a purple. This is probably the most metallic purple I've ever seen.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a Ranger boat.
Yeah. All that glitter.
Yeah.
It really is an outstanding purple. So I would throw this at Caddo all day. If this was the one lure that I had to pick, this would be the color and this would be the worm.
Most of the
Totally.
guys I've talked to on this show who've gone to Caddo, I haven't been up there yet. They like the frog.
Oh, of course. Everybody loves a topwater bite for sure.
Yeah. Exciting is a Zara spook when the big specks are in.
Yeah.
Man, and because I've had them 2 or 3 of them hit it and miss, and so you just keep doing it, keep doing
Keep
it.
going. Mm-hmm.
Then finally
It's a lot
they hit.
of work.
when I guided for 17 years, and I used to teach people how to do Zara spooks on hybrid stripers. And I would tell them, if you pull that, if you set the hook one more time, I'm going to take my bandana out. I'm going to put it around your eyes, because it's none of your business what's going on with that thing. You know the action. And man, I'm telling you what, I'm not going to sit in the same boat with you if you're going to keep, having that thing flying back at us with freaking 8 hooks.
Yeah. I know.
You got to wait till you feel that fish hit, or you're never going to catch a fish walking the dog. That's
right. Yeah. Usually I can just hear it before anything else. There's that split second pause, So
the first time I fished a tournament as a co-angler was up in, La Crosse, Wisconsin, on the Mississippi River. But this isn't the Mississippi River that we have. This is, 2,000 miles north. And my pro was frogging, and I watched him try to the same bass struck 6 times before he hooked it, and he just kept casting back, and he finally caught it, and he brought in a limit. I brought in a limit, but my limit was only 3, and I was wacky rigging. And every time he hooked, he missed one. He's like, cast out, but not to my fish. They're here. So I would cast out and just, I would make sure I was like 30 feet away from him. But that was so exciting watching him do that. He never gave up. And I learned so much. That's when I really refined my topwater routine, my topwater technique.
Yeah, you can spend a lot of time doing it. And I think the biggest thing is people need to get still and listen. And that is the biggest advantage to kayak fishing. If anybody fishes as much as they can, or as I do, your hearing is everything. So that's usually how I find my fish. Is I listen, and I'm like, oh, what are y'all doing out there? What are you doing over there? And then you can pull it up on your system and look and say, oh, well, they're over there on the flat, or they're off the end of that point, or, oh, they're running in that grass.
Or are you live scoping to do that?
No, I don't have any sonar. My sonar went down. I just had a hook reveal 7, so it was nothing fancy. Yeah. But about a year ago, it broke, and I really don't have the funds to get anything else. So right now it's on the back burner.
Last winter, one of my nephews, who lives about 60 miles away, but he lives 60 miles closer to the coast, he called me and said, Uncle Jay, I have a boat. It has a 115 on it. I'm like, cool, let's go. He goes, but I just got to tell you, are you sure you want to fish with me? It doesn't have any electronics, no trolling motor. All I have is 2 anchors. What's the problem? We're going to go out there and we're going to catch fish. I know exactly where to catch them on the coast. Close to where you live, man. I can show you spots. And we did. We went out there, no electronics, and just whacked fish all day long.
Yep.
I can read water. Like you said, I can read water. I know you can look at the water. I'm looking for, on the coast, I'm looking for bait fish. I'm looking for movement of water. I'm looking for current seams.
Everything.
I'm looking where the wind is blowing into a shoreline, particularly on points. Yep. But also the rod. The rod, man, with the spinning rod, your rod is the presentation.
For sure.
With a bait caster, the reel is more important than it is for a spinning rod. But I grew up with these things, man. This is a Grant rod right here, and I love my Grant rods. See, with a fantastic rod, I can be pulling this across. Okay, it's mud. Oops, there's some
shell.
We're starting to get into a hard bottom now. That transition is where the fish are going to be. Yeah. Or I'm pulling it through, different kinds of weeds. Ooh, like up north, if I went through coontails, it's like, oh, I got to stop and try to punch through that.
Yep. Yeah. No, you just pay attention. Everything adds up, and eventually, you're out there long enough and you find them. And not all the time are they following the pattern that they're supposed to be following. That's honestly what I found. And I don't know bass. I'm new to bass fishing. So,
You just
but
brought up a great point. As soon as, uh-oh,
it's okay.
okay,
I
we
can
just
still
flushed
hear
out
you.
for a second. You can still hear me, okay.
Yeah.
As soon as I think of something, the fish teach me differently. Just the way fishing is, but that keeps it interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Constantly
And
trying
it
to refine,
does.
constantly
Makes you
refining,
work for it.
constantly talking to people. Yes, constantly talking to people, constantly refining my technique. But one thing I tell people, yes, I run a podcast. Yes, I want people to watch my podcast, but there is no substitute for time on the water.
No. No, not at all. I was going to show you these lures. I
The
didn't
what?
know. Did he send you these hex lures?
Show me. He sent me so much stuff I don't even remember. Ooh, look at that.
This is a 5-inch hex worm. Now he says he won't make these anymore. And he gave me 3 colors. So I'll show them off. But these have inner tubing.
Ah,
Can you see that? So look at the color.
ooh, look at that. Okay,
I
yeah.
know. I
Travis
think
was
this is
showing me
going to
that. Travis broke one apart and showed the folks what it looks like inside. Yeah.
I think that they're gonna. There's so many different places I can use this in the
Are you
tail.
going to wacky rig that?
Honestly, I think that these are drop shot appropriate. I really do think so. I'll play with them and rig
You
them, but I
just
would
nose hook
also
that thing.
maybe
Yeah.
a hover rig. Maybe a hover rig and just bounce it around stumps. Um, It's just a lure I'm going to present when nothing bites. I'll tell you that. You throw something different.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thankful, for him sending me baits. He
There's
sent
just
me this bait. I've never seen this bait. It's called a Slink 5.
a Slink 5.
Yeah, the tail has like a point on it.
Ooh, wow.
And then the head is just a little, different. It's whatever, but it's got like ribs coming down. So, but when I'm
Nice.
throwing a tiny worm, I would throw this hex worm, you know.
That looks like a trick worm. Yeah.
Yeah. This hex worm is insane, the movement. And it
Yeah.
looks real. This color looks like a real worm. Great. I just love seeing different molds, different baits to present or try. It makes me step outside the box, and trying to catch fish for the companies is a big deal to me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to catch fish on these guys' lures. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, and that just proves that a little bit of pressure, and I'm trying to take this lure and go catch fish, and the lure is actually performing, One of these I think would be an excellent drop shot too. It's called the bloodworm. It's 3.8 inches. Tiny. You can see it there.
This color for the craw.
That has gold fleck in it.
Yes.
Where is that?
That is
That's
awesome.
that one's called the Thunder Crawl.
Thunder craw. Yeah.
Yeah. I picked up some fish on it yesterday, the first day I threw it. Sure did. Watermelon red is the color that he sent me. So, unbelievable movement in the water. They swim great.
But check this thing out for the coast.
I've never seen one of those. That's flat. Is it flat?
Not quite, but it's a little shrimp imitator.
I was about to say, it kind of does look like a shrimp.
Yeah, this is for the coast.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I don't do this every week. Yeah,
No,
there we go.
I love the way that looks. That's why I was asking if it was flat because he sent me a flex rib worm. It's a 7-inch worm.
Ooh, a speed worm.
And look how thin it is. Super thin.
Speed worm. You know the Zoom speed worm. That's what I
Yes.
said last week when Travis had a whole handful of those. And I said, man, Florida men love their speed worms.
I mean, I throw them every now and then, you know. I like to throw the smallest baits. I like to throw, because I really do throw a fry, you know. Even today, I threw on a fry to see if I could pull them up out of the grass, and they weren't interested in it. So I had to keep hunting and keep hunting. They weren't interested in a Carolina rig. They weren't interested in anything today. So I had to modify and move things around and finally found what was working.
Though it
So
wasn't quite as hot today.
it was hot here. I was about done off the water, I think about 12 or 12:30.
Okay, we have a man. I'm sorry I didn't see this right away. I'm here for some knowledge. I hope you got some knowledge, Skull Rider. I hope he's still here. Oops. Hope she comes back. Oh, there she is.
The wrong button.
Yeah,
Because there's a way to look at it, and then it went away, and then I was like, oh, okay, let me get back in there. I'm sorry.
she just said she's our Skull Rider just said he was here for some knowledge, and I didn't
Me
see it right
too.
away. Yeah, you too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if you guys want to comment, go ahead and comment. We got a few more minutes left, so man, we're just gonna go through. So, what is your confidence lure?
Oh, I would honestly say I feel the most confident in a specific paddle tail. It would be Crush Cities for right now.
Okay, those are good.
I've caught my PB. I have caught 7-pounders. I have caught 6-pounders, 5-pounders, every size there is. I throw a 2-inch. I throw the 2.3. I throw the 3.3, and I throw the 5 or the 5 point something.
A 5 point something. That's a big old swim bait.
Yeah, I wish they made it bigger. I throw bigger swim baits than that, and I'm starting to get into some glides
So are you
because
talking a soft plastic swim bait?
yes, soft
Okay.
plastic, and I'm throwing like a 12-aught. I'm putting a 12-aught hook on some of those, even 8-inch flukes. Yeah,
Okay. So Skull Rider says he fishes Central Texas lakes. Which lakes are you talking about, Skull?
yeah. Give us a few lakes. I fish Bastrop. I guess you could consider Steelhouse and Bastrop. They're clear, very deep rock bottoms. They were probably 10 foot down the last time I fished those. Full of grass. Stillwater's full of grass. You can't hardly get anywhere.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
sounds
beautiful.
that sounds like a South Louisiana place. We have the water lilies, and so sometimes you can't. You practice in a canal, and then you come back the next day for the tournament, and you can't get in it because it's wall to wall water lilies. Look, really?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. You can't power through them because if you try, you're going to get 300 yards in, and then more of them are going to blow in, then you're going to have a mile. Oh, goodness. But
Yep.
that's fishing.
I know what you mean.
That's fishing. So that's fishing. Huh. Actually, my go-to My confidence is a wacky rig. And I like using small hooks, weightless. And
Okay.
in fact, I told you, I love the missile baits, the 48. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, I actually had a really good deal going with Yum when I was guiding. I mean, they would send me hundreds of packs of these because I was guiding, I was writing, I was tournament fishing, so I was all over it, man. And the Yum Dinger just floats down so slowly. And if you think about bass lures, most bass lures don't target the midsection of the water column.
Nope.
They're top or bottom. And
You got to
people,
work the middle.
I've actually been out with pros. Okay, Skull Rider says,
Steelhouse Hollow, Waco, Belton, Lake Granger. I haven't fished Granger or Waco, but I plan on it. I fished Steelhouse and Belton. Man, I did pick up some fish in a tournament. It is clear water. It is very deep. I would tell you to go with a 3/0 pin grip hook, 1/8 ounce tungsten with a baby rattlesnake on the edge of every one of those
ooh,
grass patches you could throw at. And I've watched somebody pull out 4 4-pounders back to back in a row while I was struggling with the rattle trap. Now I did, but you throw a blue rattle trap in that water, Steelhouse or Belton, they love blue on those lakes. Blue rattle trap.
oh man, I've caught fish on blue rattle traps from southern Louisiana up to Canada and all over Florida. Just I
Yeah.
haven't fished Texas much.
Some lakes they're picky, and then others, I don't. I just fish, figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, I just fish. Me too. Now that I only fish small club tournaments and don't guide anymore, I'm having fun again.
Another tip on Steelhouse or Belton would be small underspins.
Ooh,
Tiny, tiny underspins.
with
Smallest
the
you can
swim
buy.
bait.
Tiny swim baits. And there is bass in there, but there's smallmouth in there too. So the smallmouth is, yeah, smallmouth. Both times I went and fished Belton twice, and I think Steelhouse once. I didn't catch a smallmouth, and I was sad. Because I hear they fight good. So,
They do, and they jump. Of course,
yeah.
when they jump when you're in a tournament, your heart stops.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting there with my rod tip in the water, fishing in Green Bay, man. The boat's going like this because there's 3 foot waves, and here's the smallmouth comes up and jumps right at the top of a freaking wave, and I'm, oh no, 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 no,
Get
you
out,
stay
get out.
pinned, you
Yeah.
stay pinned.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
It's
it's
so
getting to be about
exciting.
33 after the hour. Do you have any shout outs you'd like to do? Any thank yous, any companies, organizations, people?
Yes, I do. I want to thank, obviously, Philip at 47 Lures for just believing that I'm going to catch fish and let me represent his baits, and I'm glad to do so. And the entire team and Mike at Pandemic Plastics. Both of these guys are kind of kicking I guess, my target and goals in a different direction. And then J&S Gravel, that is my girlfriend and her husband, Chris and Johnny Speak. And they take care of me. They are the ones who have taken my trailer and modified my trailer. Johnny he's like, he's like just wonderful. He does anything Chris asks him to do, and she makes sure that I'm set up. So they're my best friends, and I'm grateful for them so much. So
That is awesome.
yeah.
That is absolutely awesome, and I wish you the best of luck in your fishing career. And
Yes.
stay in touch with me. We'll have you on again,
Yes.
again, and again.
You're
I
gonna
have
have to keep me up with the saltwater stuff and tell me what might be working on the coast. I'll be down there on the 16th. So
oh yeah,
I'm gonna give the coast a go myself.
like I said, put one of these underneath a popping cork, and that is mojotackle.com.
Okay.
And when you order, just tell them you know Jay.
Okay.
That'll help.
Okay.
Well, I work closely with
Awesome.
Greg Campbell is the owner.
Okay.
I've fished with him probably 5 times.
Well, thank you so much for having me,
And
and
thank you.
I love to talk fishing, so
Oh yeah.
I appreciate it. And now I'm gonna have to tell Philip I fish the saltwater too, so
Yeah.
he's gonna have to send me some saltwater stuff.
Well, guys, remember it's Thursday. I know it's 115 degrees down south, but make your plans. Go fishing this weekend. There's no substitute for time on the water. In the last day, you're not going to be sitting there talking to your wife or your husband about the great time you had watching TV.
100%.
Make some memories. Take your kids fishing. I take my wife fishing. Go fishing with your friends. Sometimes I even go fishing by myself. Just go fishing.
That's
Okay,
right.
stick around, Dena.
Okay.
And with that, guys, I'm going to thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Fishing podcast. Again, my name is Jay Angel. Dena Davis from Dena Davis Outdoors.
Thank y'all.